Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something you use every single day, probably without even realizing it. It's a kind of hidden force that shapes everything from the photos on your phone all the way back to ancient history. We're talking about proportion, and the really simple but super powerful math behind it, the scale factor.
Think about it. Have you ever resized a photo on your phone? Or maybe you've had to double a recipe when you had more people coming over for dinner. Yeah? Well, if you have, then you've actually been using this powerful mathematical idea we're going to break down.
That's right. In both of those situations, you were using a scale factor. So what is it? It's basically just a number that tells you how much bigger or smaller to make something, but, and this is the key part, while keeping its proportions exactly the same. It's kind of like the secret sauce that makes sure everything still looks right, just at a new size.
Okay, so let's dive into the first half of this idea, making things smaller. You could call it the art of reduction. And the source material we're looking at gives us a really fascinating first example to explore.
Believe it or not, our source takes us way back to ancient history, to the story of Gideon's army. And this is just a perfect example of what we mean by strategic reduction.
So picture this. The army starts out as this huge force, 32,000 soldiers. Now, the source material gives us a reduction scale factor of 1 to 10. The math here is super straightforward. All we have to do is divide that original number by 10. So you take 32,000, you divide it by 10, and that leaves you with
3,200. Just like that. It's a pretty dramatic demonstration of how a simple scale factor can take this massive force and shrink it down to a much smaller, more focused group. And this whole concept of scaling down isn't just for armies. Not by a long shot. It's absolutely crucial in things like architecture. The source points us to another really famous ancient example, creating a model of Solomon's temple.
All right, so let's imagine the real temple was 500 meters high. I mean, that's massive. To make a model or even a blueprint, you obviously have to scale it way down. In this case, the scale factor is 1 to 50. So just like before, it's all about division. We're going to take that 500 and divide it by 50.
And what do you get? A 10-meter model. It's a perfect proportional mini version, just brought down to a size you can actually work with. See? That's the power of scaling down.
Okay, so we've seen reduction in action. But what about going in the other direction? Let's flip the script and talk about making things bigger, the power of enlargement. To illustrate this, the lesson we're drawing from turns to a very famous story, Jesus feeding the 5,000. And it's a really powerful way to think about scaling up, but this time using multiplication.
So what was the starting point? Just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. That's it. Now, let's say you want to feed double the people. Well, you'd apply a scale factor of 2. And here's the switch. Instead of dividing, we're going to multiply. So you take 5 loaves times 2 and 2 fish times 2.
And what's our new total? 10 loaves and 4 fish. See how that works? The original proportion is perfectly maintained. The meal has simply been scaled up.
All right, so we've looked at reduction and we've looked at enlargement. Let's really boil this down and look at the simple math that makes both of them tick.
It's actually super simple, but really powerful. When you want to scale down, think blueprints or models, you use division. And when you want to scale up, like doubling that recipe, you use multiplication. At its heart, that's the rule right there. Division shrinks and multiplication grows. And this idea of consistency is just so key. You can see it clearly here. Let's say you have 4 cows and 5 sheep. Okay, apply a scale factor of 2, and boom, you get 8 and 10. Do it again, and you have 16 and 20. But the ratio, that core proportion, always stays exactly the same.
So we get the math, but the source material suggests this is about more than just numbers. It uses scaling to explore a different kind of power, one that isn't always about being the biggest or the strongest from the very start.
The source connects this whole mathematical principle to a broader theme with a quote from Zechariah, "Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit." And if you think about our examples, it makes a lot of sense, right? Gideon's army was strategically reduced, made smaller. The food for the crowd was miraculously enlarged, made bigger. Both of these stories illustrate a kind of power that defies the conventional rules of size and strength.
When it comes down to it, scale factors are literally everywhere. They're a fundamental principle shaping our world, from the pixels on our screens to the blueprints for skyscrapers. So now that you know what to look for, our final question is for you. Where do you see this hidden force at work in your life?